Hey, what's up, ladies? It's the relationship guru, Sydd Ferrell. Now, I'm back again with another video just to give you ladies. Now, before I get into this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you hit that bell notification so that you're notified every single time I post. And if you are a woman that needs relationship advice, or you want to learn more about how to think like a man, or why men do the things they do, act the way they act, and think the way they think, then I encourage you to book a one-on-one session with me. Link is in the description below, and I can help you out personally, one-on-one, with any questions, concerns, or anything you have regarding your dating life or relationship currently in general. And also, brand new on my website, if you want me to coach you every step of the way, step by step, throughout your dating or relationship process and journey, and you want me to become your personal dating coach long term, then I have a special program just for you. Link is in the description below also, and I can help you out personally again, one-on-one, with any questions, concerns, or anything you have regarding your dating life or relationship currently in general. And also, go pick up my brand new Girls Night card game. It's officially out. So if you're having a game night with your homegirls and you need something to do, then make sure you go pick up my Girls Night card game. It got a lot of fun questions and scenarios about love and relationships and everything all in between. So make sure you go pick that up. Link is in the description below, okay? And then on this hand, we got my brand new ebook. It's called Oh He's Toxic, Period. And if you never want to be played, used, or manipulated by a man ever again in your whole life, then make sure you go pick up that ebook right there because it's fire, okay? And again, link is in the description below for that also, okay? And also, if you are a woman and you love quotes, dating quotes, relationship quotes, and things like that, then I have something special just for you. I came up with my top 100, yes, 100 dating love quotes for women, right? So if you want to go get that, it's on my website. And again, as usual, the link is in the description below also, okay? So all that's out the way, and we gonna jump right into this video. And this video is titled, These Are 7 Relationship Red Flags That You as a Woman That You Need to Avoid and That You Do Not Need to Ignore. You need to pay attention to these 7 things, because when it comes to a man, you should not be ignoring these top 7 red flags a lot of times. Because if you do so happen to ignore these red flags, then a lot of times it will not work out the way how you wanted to, or the man will end up using you, end up mistreating you, or you will put yourself in a position where this man just takes advantage of you and he just does not appreciate the type of woman that you are. So you as a woman, you want to properly vet, and you want to make sure, and you really want to analyze every single man that comes into your life. So with these 7 things, a lot of times you need to watch out for when it comes to a man, because you do not want to ignore these types of men. These are the types of men that you need to avoid when they do these 7 things, right? So ladies, without further ado, we're going to jump right into this video, right? And we're going to go to number 1. So number 1, the first red flag that you as a woman that you need to avoid, that you need to be careful about, that you need to watch out for, is never date broke men or men who are in survival mode, right? So one red flag that a lot of women don't even pay attention to, or maybe they do pay attention to, but they just overlook it, is maybe the fact that this man don't have his own place to stay in his name. He don't have his own car, his own vehicle in his name, and he don't have, his own source of income, legal income, you know what I'm saying? Or it's not a lot of income, or it's none at all, And a lot of times, it's not all about money when it comes to a man. I'm not saying that. But you got to keep in mind, if this man not even financially stable enough to support himself, How is he going to even be able to take you out even on a date or just simple stuff like that, just hanging out and stuff like that, if he can't even provide a lifestyle for himself, let alone think to want to have this man as a future husband or something like that? Because if this man can't even take care of himself, if he didn't went all these years and he still can't even take care of himself, or, you know, he don't have his stuff together or whatever, then it's not your job to pick up the slack. You know, a lot of women, they get caught up in helping a guy out, you know, and, you know, you spending all your money on him, or you let him move in with you because he don't have his own place to stay, or, you know, you let this man ride around in your car, you know, because he don't have no car, you know, stuff like that, or you picking him up, dropping him off, stuff like that. You know, you going all out your way for him, but what happens when you need something? What happens when you need a ride? What happens when you need anything? You know what I'm saying? He can't never even help you out. So you are the one, especially if you a woman and you got your own place to stay in your name, you got your own car, you got your own, you know, money, you know, legal money, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your own business, or maybe you know, you work hard, you know what I'm saying? Like you go to work every day, stuff like that. You know, you got your own money. This man, he ain't got nothing to even bring to the table but just him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, yes, you know, it's cool to have companionship, but it's not going to be cool when you the one that's paying for everything, or you the one that's him relying on you to do everything because he can't even take care of himself. So you never want a man that's not self-sufficient. You at least, at the very, very least, you want a man that got his own everything, his own place to stay, his own car, and legal income. You know what I'm saying? And he doing that, and at least if he can take care of himself, then you can expect that he at least cares for himself and his own survival, so then he will be able to, you know, provide for you and stuff like that, and he will be able to reciprocate the effort. But you never want to be the only one that's doing all the work and he can't do nothing for you, right? Now, I get that, you know, people fall on hard times and stuff like that. But if he is on hard times, or if he is a man that he ain't got his stuff together, then a lot of times he not ready. And that man, he got to be real with himself. He should not even be dating a woman. He should not even be thinking about nobody, period, until he gets some stuff together. And how can you even focus on anything else if you know, he trying to date, you know, different women and stuff like that, or he want to date, you know, exclusively, but he don't have nothing to even bring or provide to the table. He don't have nothing to his name. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times what happens is this man, sometimes they get jealous of you because they don't have what you have. They look at you like, oh, you got a nice house, you got a nice car, you got all this money, I don't have none of that. So now he feels less of a man because you have so much more assets than what he has. So now he feels, like I said, less of a man, and now he feels, you know, intimidated by you and, you know, stuff like that. So now he looking at you and now he getting so jealous. This man, he gets so jealous of you, right? And then that's when all the insecurities and stuff like that come out, and you do not want to have to go through that. You don't want to have to go through a man that's showing signs of jealousy or that's using you. You know what I'm saying? You want a man that got his own, and he got his own world going on, and you could come into his world just like he comes into your world, right? You don't want him to always come into your world and he don't have no world to bring you into, but he don't have a house that you can go over to. You know, you always picking him up and dropping him off, or you let him ride around in your car, but he don't ever pick you up. He don't ever let you ride around in his car because he don't have one. You know what I'm saying? And he need to get himself together before he, you know, really thinks about actively dating for a wife. How you gonna even think about, you know, dating for a relationship and for marriage if you don't even have nothing to even offer this woman? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna afford a wedding ring if you can't even afford a place to stay? You know, or you can't even support yourself as in, you know, transportation or just income, period. You know, if he is in survival mode and he can't even take care of himself, how is he going to take care of you? You know what I'm saying? Weddings cost, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff costs. You know what I'm saying? All the trips, all the stuff that you want to do and stuff like that, he can't even provide none of that. And I know that, you know, relationships are not all about money, but at the same time, let's be real. Everything costs money. So money is a really, really important part of a relationship also, because guess what? What else? Because guess what? The whole existence of us depends on money. You know, to get food, you got to pay money to get food and water and shelter. Money is used for everything, right? So you need money. So money is a big part of a relationship. It is a big part. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very important factor when it comes to dating a man, is that he need to have his stuff together. I didn't say he got to be rich. I ain't say he gotta be a big baller shot caller. I didn't say that he gotta be, you know, big money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Racks on racks on racks. I'm not saying that he gotta be just, you know, super, super rich with a, you know, big fur coat on. He ain't gotta be like that. But, you know, you at least want this man to be able to take care of himself and have a little bit extra to be able to take you out on a date, hang out with you, you know, do some stuff, you know, maybe buy you a gift or two here and there. When it come up to your birthday and Christmas and holidays, this man don't have no money to even give you nothing when it's your birthday. But you spending all your money on him when it's his birthday, or it's for when it's Christmas, but he don't spend no money on you because he don't have none. You know what I'm saying? So you want a man that's able to pour into you as you're pouring into him. So financially is very important. So make sure you got a man that is financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Got his own money, legal income, got his own place to stay, and that got his own vehicle to drive in his name, right? So that's number one. So number two. The second red flag when it comes to dating and relationships with men is never date men that have been locked up before. Okay? So, a lot of guys that have been locked up before, or that may currently be locked up or just got out, you'll be surprised. You know what I'm saying? You should not be dating a lot of times these types of men. Now, is there some men that do change, that maybe, you know, they did go to jail, or maybe they did get locked up, went on parole, stuff like that. You know, they did some crime. And they did the time, right? They did the time and they did the crime, right? Now, when he get out of jail or prison, wherever he at, when he get out of it, now a lot of guys you gotta be careful about, because they may be also in survival mode and, you know, trying to just, you know, come off of anybody and just use anybody, especially a woman, to fulfill him, you know, as he gets back on his feet. Or and two, also you gotta look at his character as a man, and especially depending on what he did go to jail for and what he did get locked up for, you gotta be careful about. Because if this guy got locked up for, you know, something really, really bad, then a lot of times you gotta realize, he made bad decisions. And even the fact that he went to jail, period, a lot of times, if he did indeed do that crime, then a lot of those guys look at how they treated themselves. Look at where they led themselves. They led themselves into a place where they lost their own freedom. A lot of those guys put themselves in harm's way, in danger and stuff like that, because they don't even care about themselves or people around them. So if this man can't even make good decisions on himself in his own life, and maybe he been to jail a few times, or maybe he been in jail, you know, just previously, whatever, or if he is a repeated person that went to jail over and over and over again, like he got locked up, you know, multiple times. Some guys, they've been locked up multiple times, and you dating this guy and you wondering why he's not emotionally available to you, why he's just, you know, he just acts like he just doesn't really care, or why, you know, he's paranoid, or why he doesn't really open up. It's because he couldn't, when he was locked up, he couldn't open up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, you know, they fighting for their life inside of those four walls, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of stuff going down, you know what I'm saying, behind them walls and stuff. So they come out, and now they just are, sometimes they're a whole different person, and they never even recover from when they first went in. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes they go right back to doing the same thing that got them locked up in the first place. So you might be caught up with this guy when he doing some illegal stuff or some bad stuff. You get caught up with him, and now you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he got an ankle bracelet on his leg now, and he on parole and stuff like that. Or he on house arrest. You know what I'm saying? And now you see this man, and now you dating this man, and he got this house arrest bracelet on his leg and stuff like that. That's not cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So leave those jailbirds alone. Leave them alone. Because a lot of them, you know, they be talking real slick. Because that's all they had was Tom. All they had was Tom. And all they had was a slick mouthpiece. So they real slick when it comes to telling you whatever you want to hear on that phone, you know. Because they know what you want to hear, and they know how to get you attached. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got nothing else to offer you, especially if he in jail. You know what I'm saying? And you just met him, you know, online, and, you know, whatever the situation is, you know, even if he out, you know, he still got, you know, a lot of game, and he talk a good mouthpiece, you know, and you may get caught up in the way how, you know, he talk to you and stuff like that. So you got to be careful, because it's just jail talk. You know, a lot of them guys, they not even good. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even care about themselves. So how they gonna care about you? So don't even date guys that's been locked up. You know what I'm saying? Don't even go for it. Now, it is some guys that do come out, and, you know, they do become, you know, good members of society. They do change. You know what I'm saying? It is people that change. It is people that got locked up, came out, and they changed, right? And they changed for the better, right? It is some cases. But in a lot of cases, you gotta be careful, and you just want to just stay away from them most times. So just leave those jailbirds alone, right? So that's number 2. So number 3, the third red flag that a lot of women need to pay attention to, and that a lot of women overlook, and that they should not ignore, is men that want to go half on everything. So, men that want to split the bill, men that always want to go 50-50 on every single thing that y'all do. He want to go 50-50, or he expect you to pay for everything or majority of the stuff, right? So, if you are ever in a situation when you're dating a man, and this man, you know, especially like, let's just say like it's a first date. Let's say it's the first date. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that check come, right? Let's say y'all went out to eat, or y'all got some drinks, whatever. The check come, right? And he looking at you, and you looking at him, and, you know, he like, hey, you know, let's go half. You know what I'm saying? Let's split this bill. Let's split this in half. If a man invited you to go out somewhere, and he invited you to take you out on a date, he should be the one paying. He invited you out. He the one wanted to bring you out. He the one that, you know, wanted your time. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to be the one that pays for it, because he invited you out. He called you. So he invited you out. You know what I'm saying? So if he already talking about let's go 50-50 and stuff like that on the first date, or like the first couple dates, then no, you know, because that's a man that's already going to be expecting you to, you know, do majority of the work and stuff like that. And you always want to keep that man investing into you. You always want him to be the one, you know, paying for stuff, you know, and maybe later on, you know, then, you know, you can pay for stuff here and there. You know, maybe you could cover the tip, or maybe, you know, you could pay half, you know, later on down the line, you know, but the first few dates, no, don't pay for nothing. He need to be investing. He the one want to see you, want to take you out. Let him invest into you. If this man wants to go in half with you, and it's the first few dates, then go ahead and just reject him, because this man always going to be expecting you to pay something. He always going to be expecting you to come out your pocket and he don't never want to cover nothing for you. You know, he don't never want to, you know, be a man and be a gentleman and just pay for a date. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna be like that, then he shouldn't have took you out in the first place. You know, he shouldn't have even took you out, because if he's trying to get to know you and he's trying to show you that he could be protector and provider and stuff like that, and he can't even buy you a plate of food, or he can't even pay for your drink, and he brought you out and can't even pay for a drink or a plate of food, what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? That tell you that A, either he don't have the money, or B, he don't want to invest the money into you because he feel like, hey, you ain't worth the investment, or I don't want to be the one coming off of too much. I want her to invest also. And that's a man that he want you to invest up front. And let's just say you live with a man. Let's just say you live with a man. If this man talking about let's go 50-50 on the bills and stuff like that, me personally, I don't believe in a man going 50-50 on the bills. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the man should take care of the bills, take care of the household, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's what being protector and provider is all about. You know, I just feel like that's just a traditional thing that, you know, men should do, you know? And a lot of times, you know, I feel like women respect you more as a man when you are paying all or majority of the bills, right? If a man paying, you know, all the bills, or like pretty much majority of the bills, then a lot of times the woman will respect him more just as a man. But if the woman paying for all the bills, everything, and he chilling, laying up in the house, not paying for nothing. So a lot of times, you know, if a man talking about let's go 50-50 and stuff like that, it's like, nah, you know, because it's like he's not even trying to provide a life for you. He wants you to be investing into that too. And then a lot of times you got to understand, if a woman got to work super hard so that she can cover the bills, her part of the bills, and then she got to come back home and cook and clean and take care of the kids, give him sex, and then still take care of herself, take a bath, you know, take a shower, take a bath, make sure she good, right? Stuff like that. Eat something. You know, she got to take care of herself too. So by that time, she tired. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you know, if a man is a real man, he wants to take that weight off of her. So a woman shouldn't even be stressing out over no bills, you know? A woman should not be stressing out over no bills, you know? I feel like a man should be a protector and provider over the household, and should be, you know, the one taking care of everything, paying all the bills, or at least majority, stuff like that. Now, at least the man should at least pay, you know, the big stuff, you know, the rent or the mortgage, the car note, stuff like that, you know, some of the utilities, you know, the big stuff, you know. And maybe, you know, if the woman pay for, you know, the internet bill or something, you know, maybe a light bill here and there, you know, I get it. You know, if it's like that, then I get it. But if he paying for majority of the stuff, like, you know, the mortgage, the rent, stuff like that, I feel like the woman will at least respect that. You know what I'm saying? That he's at least taking care of the big stuff, and she don't really have to pay for two. Maybe it's one bill. Maybe it's a bill that's $100 some or something. You know what I'm saying? Just one bill a month, you know, and he paying for all the big stuff, right? But you never want to be the one that's paying for everything and he not paying for nothing, or you paying for equal of the stuff and he still expects you to do all this extra work, cook and clean, but he still wants you to pay all the bills, and then he still wants you to turn around, come home and cook and clean and give him sex and do whatever, take care of the kids, and all he get to do is just put in his half of the bills and get to sit back like a king, and you doing all the extra work at home. You know what I'm saying? So to avoid all that, he should take the weight off of you so you don't have to worry so much about paying bills or worry about paying bills at all. And then you can focus on other stuff that, you know, you may want to do or may need to do around the house, period. You know what I'm saying? So that's number 3. If a man going half, just cut him off, because he ain't trying to be no protector or provider, right? So number 4, the 4th red flag that a lot of women should not ignore when it comes to dating and relationships with a man is dating men who are emotionally unavailable. So you gotta stop dating men that are emotionally unavailable. Emotionally unavailable meaning they don't take people's feelings into consideration. A lot of men that don't know how to communicate, or men that never want to open up, men that never want to talk about their problems. Like when you confront a man about something, or when you want to talk to a man about something, and he's like, I don't want to talk about that. Or he just push you off to the side, disregard your feelings. Why you talking about that? I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to hear that. Can we talk about something else? Stop talking about that, and you just like trying to tell him how you feel, or you're trying to work something out with him, or you're trying to just tell him, what's going on and stuff like that, sharing your feelings, and he just act like he don't care, and he just not even trying to connect with you, not even trying to hear you out, not even trying to take your feelings into consideration, stuff like that, then this is a man he's not good for you. He's emotionally unavailable for you. He act like he don't care because he don't care. Or maybe it's the fact that his heart won't allow him to get close to a woman because maybe he got his heart broken before. Maybe a whole bunch of women broke his heart before. Maybe he don't trust women. Or maybe, he got abandonment issues, mama issues, daddy issues, childhood traumas, whatever, and he just afraid of opening up to people, period, that when you expect this man to open up to you, he don't want to open up, and he's like real closed off. It feel like he got like a wall up. Maybe he got like a wall up, and he's not really trying to be exposed, and he's not opening up to you, stuff like that. That's a man that's emotionally unavailable to you, and when problems happen, he don't want to talk about it. And is that always how it's going to be? Every time you have a problem or every time something come up, he just can't talk about it and he don't know what to say and stuff like that, or he don't want to have nothing to do with it and he just avoid everything? You got to stop dating men that are avoiding and don't want to talk about or don't want to communicate their own feelings. You want to get a man that's comfortable with telling you, hey, this is how I feel, or hey, I understand how you feel, and and want to compromise and work out and want to talk things out. You don't want a man that, when you bring something to his attention, he don't want to talk about it, or he immediately, gets upset, or, he just disregards the whole thing. You want a man that's able to sit down and have a conversation with you, and it's like, hey, if you have a problem or if you have anything you want to talk about, let's talk. Let's just talk it out and let's work it out, and we can just talk through it. You know what I'm saying? And he has good communication skills. So if a man don't have good communication skills and he's not able to open up to you, then a lot of times you should not date that type of man, right? So that's number 4. So number 5, the 5th red flag that a lot of women should not avoid when it comes to dating a man, and you should not ignore it, is men that are physically and verbally aggressive. So you never want to date a man that shows signs of him being verbally aggressive or physically aggressive. Neither one. Meaning, you don't want a man verbally aggressive. You don't want a man that's cussing you out. You don't want a man that's calling you out your name. You don't want a man that's talking bad about you, putting you down, stuff like that. You don't want a man that's raising his voice at you, screaming and yelling and stuff like that at you, making you feel bad, calling you out your name, calling you all types of names, stuff like that, right? And then you don't want a man that's physically aggressive. You don't want a man that puts his hands on you. You don't want a man that looks like he about to put his hands on you. You don't want a man that throws temper tantrums, right? You don't want a man that takes his anger out on, objects around him. Maybe he throws anything in his sight. If he was mad right now, he would throw this microphone across the room, or he will flip the table over, or he just gonna be so mad or put a hole in the wall, he gonna put a hole in the wall, stuff like that, right? So a lot of times that man, he real aggressive. And if he real aggressive, he shows signs of him being aggressive, and you see that he getting mad and he just wilding out, throwing stuff and getting mad and stuff like that, and he cannot control his anger, that's a man that you need to get out of there quick. You need to leave him alone. You need to stop talking to him, get help, you know what I'm saying? And you need to never, ever deal with this man again. Because if he's showing signs of him getting mad and he don't know how to control his anger, and he take it out on things around him, you know, objects around him, then a lot of times he might even take it out on you later on. So you never want to be in that situation. So what you want to do is get out of there before it even gets to that point, right? And then if a man is being, you know, currently physically, you know, aggressive or verbally aggressive, again, you need to leave him alone, get help, you know, handle the situation, call the police, do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you are safe, because you never want to be in that situation. Because if he does that, that's not love. If he does that, that's just for power and dominance over you, so that he can feel like he has full control over your life and you won't do nothing and you'll be powerless to his mercy, right? So you never want that man to have that much type of power over you. So you gotta just get out of there. And if he shows signs of him being verbally or physically aggressive, then hey, you know, leave him alone for good, because he's not a good man, okay? So number 6, the 6th red flag that you should not ignore when it comes to dating a man and relationships is men that don't take care of their children, or men with multiple baby mothers, right? So if a man already does not take care of his children that he already has, you know, and you are dating a guy, you know, a lot of women, you date a guy that got kids. You know, some women, maybe you date a man that got children. Maybe you're currently right now dating a man and he got children outside of you. You know, he had children before he met you, right? And if this man does not already take care of his kids, then how can you expect for him to take care of you? You know what I'm saying? And your kids, you know, if y'all two decide to have kids, he ain't gonna be taking care of them, because he don't even take care of the kids that he already got, right? So if he don't take care of his kids, then you need to leave him alone or not even talk to him. If you do decide to date a man that does have children, right? That some women, you know, maybe a lot of guys that you date, you know, maybe, you know, in a certain age range, you know, those guys may typically have children. You know, maybe a lot of guys, you know, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so on, you know, they all have children. You know, maybe they have children. Maybe some guys in their 20s, they got children. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you dating a guy that has children, you know? And a lot of times you got to be careful, because you got to see his relationship with his child already. Because if it ain't good already with his child, then how is it going to be a good relationship with the child that you may potentially have with him? And then a lot of times, if he has multiple baby mamas, if he got multiple kids that he don't take care of none of them, and he got a baby mama here, a baby mama there, a baby mama there, a baby mama there, he got all these different baby mamas, and he don't have no type of relationship with none of them, and he's saying all of my baby mamas is trash, all of them is horrible, all of them was just bad women, right? If they were so bad, then he would never have been with them for so long and had the child with them, right? If they were so bad, then why ain't none of them work out? If you got 4, 5, 6 different baby mamas, then a lot of times this man, his relationship skills may or may not be so good. Or maybe he just dating around. Some guys, they just don't care. They just have sex with whoever. If you just so happen to get pregnant in the process, then whatever, you know. But he gonna move on and just have sex and just get whoever pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who it is. And he don't care about the child. He don't care about none of the mothers. He don't care about nobody. So if this man already, he got multiple baby mamas and, you know, all the relationships are horrible. He got 4 different baby mamas, and he say all of them are horrible women, and he don't take care of none of the 4 kids he got with them, or the 3 kids, or the 1 kid he got. then a lot of times you do not need to be dealing with this man. And again, and sometimes you gotta be careful about the baby mama, period. Just dating a man that got kids in general. Because if he got a baby mama, even one, you want to make sure they're just co-parenting and that's it. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, or, all he do is just see the kid and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have no ties with the baby mama. Or if he is cool with the baby mama, they not on that level. And you still got to be careful about that because they might still have feelings and might still have sex behind your back. And you don't even know because he telling you that, yeah, I'm done with my baby mama. I ain't dealing with her no more, blah, blah, blah. But he's still dealing with her, right? So you still got to be careful about that because some men, they always go back to their baby mama, right? And they always still want to, be with their baby mama secretly sometimes, right? Or maybe the baby mama, she get jealous. Sometimes, that man, he got a baby mama or multiple baby mamas that get jealous. The fact that, he dating you and now they want to have beef with you and stuff like that and want to, be aggressive towards you and stuff like that for no reason, So a lot of times you got to be careful about dating men that got multiple baby mamas or dating a man that got a baby mama in general, they got kids in general, because, you just want to make sure that it ain't no baby mama drama, right? And then you want to make sure that he taking care of his kids. So if you do date a man that has kids, make sure it ain't no baby mama drama and make sure that the kids are taken care of by the father, right? Make sure that he is also contributing to those children and make sure that he does not have baby mama drama. But if you want to avoid all that completely, then, maybe you may need to date a man that don't have no kids and you don't have to deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe don't date a man that got kids, and just date, a single guy by himself that don't have no kids, right? So it just depends on what you want to do. But either way it go, just be careful out here, okay? So that's number 6. So number 7. The 7th and last and final red flag that women should never ignore and that women need to pay attention to is men that do not commit to you. Men that don't commit to you. If a man has been dating you for 3 to 6 months max, and 6 months is really the cutoff date, but at least by 3 to maybe 4-ish months, this man should already be looking towards a, relationship. Should we be together? What we doing here? It's 4 or 5 months in, what we doing, because otherwise this man is wasting your time. If this man don't make you his girlfriend by 3 to 6 months, and especially after 6 months, if 6 months happen and this man still not trying to make you his girlfriend, then you need to just cut it off all the way together and move on with your life, because he ain't never gonna make you his girlfriend. Because men already know what they want from the jump. Men already know what they want. You never have to worry or question a man because he gonna come to you. If he wants you, he gonna be wanting a relationship with you. But if he not trying to commit to you and be with you and he taking his time forever, then you need to get up out of there because he wasting your time. So by about 3-4 months in, he need to start, saying something, you know what I'm saying? Or you need to start saying something as a woman. Maybe you say something, you say, hey, what we doing here? Are we going to be together or not? Because otherwise I got stuff to do. I'm a woman that's dating with a purpose. I ain't got time to be sitting here with, somebody that's unsure about me or taking their time or trying to figure out what they got going on and expecting me to sit and wait while they figure out what they got going on in their life. No, don't never wait on no man. If he can't make up his mind, then you make up his mind for him and you just leave because this man ain't trying to be with you, right? So you got to give this man an ultimatum. If he don't be with you between 3 to 6 months, cut it off completely. And then, after that, you don't want to be the forever girlfriend either. So it should not be 10 years before this man make you his wife, if ever, You want to go, a couple years before this man put a ring on your finger, maybe, maybe 2 to maybe even 5 years is kind of long, but depending on, the way how, financially y'all might be, stuff like that, maybe 5 years is maybe like the cutoff date. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 years is probably too long. Maybe by about 2 to 3.5 years after y'all become official in a relationship, maybe that's when, a lot of times he will want to be, married to you. But maybe like a little after that because, financially, whatever. But either way it go, it ain't going to take him no 10, 20 years, 30 years before this man marry you. Now, if this man don't marry you by a certain time, by about, 2 to 5 years max, then you need to cut it off completely. And even 5 years is too long. Maybe about 3 to 4 years, that's when you probably really need to cut it off. But 5 years, you need to cut it all the way off because he ain't never gonna marry you, right? So that's number 7. So ladies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are my 7 red flags that every woman needs to pay attention to, and they should not avoid or overlook or ignore, right? So ladies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Hit that bell notification, and I'm out of here. So, till the next video.